Hi, and welcome to a chair yoga edition. So feel free to get yourself a comfortable chair. A lot of times these folding metal chairs work really well, and if you have a yoga mat, it's really good to place it on the mat so that it doesn't slip or slide. And so what's most important is you just want to make sure that you have a chair that doesn't, it's not higher than your knees, so that you're able to, when you sit down into it, your feet come flat onto the floor or onto the mat. So allow yourself to set up, get that chair, and get comfortable. And once you're here, allow yourself to take a moment. Check in, make sure your feet are in line with your hips, so they're not too wide, they're not close, but just kind of a little bit apart. And that your ankles are in line with the knees. So a lot of times we have them back and our heels are up, but we want the feet flat, and we want to be able to have this nice, beautiful 90-degree angle happening. Then once you get that set up, notice that your sitting bones are onto this chair and lengthen up through the spine. Soften the shoulders and the hands, letting those hands just relax in the lap. Close the eyes if you feel comfortable. And begin to relax the face, the forehead, the cheeks, and the jaw, really allowing a little bit of space between that top and bottom row of teeth. And again, make sure the shoulders are relaxed, the hands. And start to connect with your breath, just following that natural flow in and out. No need to change it or control it, but just simply becoming aware of that breath. Now begin to deepen and lengthen that breath. As you deepen and lengthen, make sure you're relaxing shoulders and relaxing the jaw. And allow each deep breath to be this new, fresh wave coming into the body. And on the exhale, allow tension, stress, and distractions just to melt down and away, going with that out breath, just releasing. So do that a few times, a deep breath in, feeling this new, fresh wave taking over the body. And exhale, just letting go of anything that doesn't matter right now, that has no place. Two more deep breaths. Deep breath in, that new wave. Deep breath out, all the stress and tension being carried away. Deep breath in, that new, fresh wave coming into the body. And the exhale, just carrying away what doesn't need to be in the now, but has no space in your practice. Then draw the hands into prayer and set your intention for today. Once you have set that intention, just repeat it back to yourself with truth. Believe it. Seal it within your heart space so it can be with you through your practice. Once it's there, release the hands and open the eyes back to the room. welcome. And again, just make sure you're set up. Ankles in line with knees, feet flat on the mat or the floor. Lengthen the spine, but soften the shoulders and the jaw. And begin to reach the arms up and overhead. As the arms come up, soften the shoulders and gently hinge the hips coming into a fold. Keep the feet planted on the floor. Keep the sitting bones down the best you can. Soften and release the neck and the shoulders. Now engage the core. Slowly begin to draw the arms up as you begin to lift the spine gently up. And you're kind of coming into a little bit of an angle, so the back's not all the way up yet. Breathe and come all the way up. The arms come around and into prayer. Okay, we'll do that just a few times. Inhale, reach the arms back up and overhead, soften shoulders. Come into a forward fold, relaxing into those legs, softening shoulders, neck. Gently lifting the chest, peeling it off of the thighs, arms slightly framing, coming into a little bit of an angle. And then come all the way up as arms come around and into prayer. All right, one last time. Reach those arms up and overhead, soften shoulders. Come into this fold. Relax and release. Shrug it out, soften where you can. One more deep breath and start to peel the chest off of the thighs, arms framing in a little bit of an angle. And then come all the way up, lengthening the spine as the arms come around and into prayer. Good. Good. Now make sure your feet are still planted. You can still ground, use your core. Arms come out at T, softening shoulders. You're going to reach the left arm to the right knee, either placing it here or to the outer edge. Now this back arm, you may want to grab a hold of one of the legs that's on the chair. Maybe you want to go a little bit deeper, kind of going into that space that is here that's between the seat and the back, and just kind of holding on to that. Or maybe you want to go a little bit deeper, drawing that arm to the outer edge of the other side, but keep twisting in this midline, not through the legs. So try to keep your hips stationary, the feet in line, knees engaged just a little bit. So as you come into that twist, breathe deep, keep lifting and lengthening. Then gently draw the arms back out to T, opposite side. Right arm to left knee, and this hand either coming down to the leg, maybe onto the back of the chair, or onto the outer edge of that opposite part of the chair. Breathe deep, soften shoulders. Good, come back out at T. We'll do this a few more times. Gently twisting, coming into that position that feels comfortable. Engage the core, soften the jaw. Come back out at T, using your core. Opposite direction. Right hand to left knee, left arm coming onto a place that's comfortable. Breathe deep, soften shoulders, and relax the jaw. Good, come back out at T. This time when you come over to the right end of this twist, come into a place of stillness. Breathe deep, 3 to 5 deep breaths. Then come back to center, arms out at T, soften shoulders and jaw, opposite direction. Right hand to left leg or left thigh. This left arm comes into a place that is comfortable for you. And again, 3 to 5 deep breaths. And come back out at T when you're done. Relax the shoulders, hands on the thighs. Shrug them out, relax the neck, a little movement. Good. Then when you're ready, ground down the left foot into the floor and start to draw that right knee gently into the body. Good. As you draw that right knee in, engage the foot. Hold on to the legs with the hand, either underneath of the thigh or maybe in front, depending on where you want that stretch. Good. Then gently release the leg back down, keeping it in line with the hips. Then draw the right knee in, wrapping the arm around that leg, squeezing that knee in, or wrapping it around the thigh, wherever you would like. A little bit of foot engagement. Then gently release. And you're just going to do this going side to side. And as you set the foot down, try to keep them in line with the hips. Good. Breathe deep. Good. One more time on both sides. And we're going to take this just a little further. Good. So now draw the right knee in. Take the ankle and draw it onto the thigh. Now what's important here is some people want to have that foot all the way in, but what you want is the ankle and the knee to be in line with each other, so you're creating that nice 90-degree angle. Okay. Make sure that left foot can be grounded down, a little bit of engagement with this right foot. Start to reach the arms up and overhead. Then exhale, draw the arms down, hands on hips. Feel the shoulders coming together a little bit here, so draw the elbows back. Begin to lean forward, but if you start to feel the spine rounding, pause before that. So just start to come forward, feeling that stretch. When you find that sweet spot before you round, pause, take a deep breath, and then slowly come back up. Okay, we're gonna do that a few rounds. So if you need to shrug out the shoulders, do so. Then draw the shoulders back, hands on the sides, on the hips. Slowly using the core, begin to come forward. Keep the back flat as best you can. Once it starts to round, that's where you want to kind of ease up and pause before that. So breathe when you get here. And then gently use that core and come back up. Good. One more time. Shoulders back. Coming forward. Find that space where you can pause before the back rounds. Make sure the shoulders are relaxed, the jaw is softened. Breathe deep. 3 to 5 deep breaths. Then gently come back up, slowly, and then release the arms. You can use the hand to gently release the leg back down. Give that leg a little movement, a little flexion, and point through that toe, through the ankle, little circles. Good, and then draw the foot gently down. Good, again, make sure that you're in a spot where the hips can be grounded, feet are flat on the floor or on the mat. Draw this opposite leg in. As you do, take the ankle and draw it onto that right thigh. Good, so ankle in line with knee. We want to create that nice 90 degree. Activate that foot a little bit so there's a little effort. Keep pushing this foot down and into the floor and into the mat. Reach the arms gently up. Then exhale, draw the arms back down and onto the hips. Draw the shoulders together, drawing them back. Use your core. Gently come forward. When the spine starts to round, pause, ease up a little bit. That's your spot to pause. Breathe deep, then use your core to gently lift back. Good. Relax the shoulders if you need a little release. But then draw the shoulders together, hands on those hips. Gently start to lean forward. Don't let the spine round, so stop and pause before that happens, but continue to breathe deep. then gently come back up. Good, one more time. Draw the shoulders together, begin to come into that space, into that place where you can pause. The shoulders are coming together, you're creating a nice flat back. You're not rounding, softening shoulders and relaxing the jaw. Breathe deep. 3 to 5 deep breaths. Good, then slowly come back up. Release the arm, shrug them out. Use the hand to release that leg, drawing it back down. Feet in line with one another and in line with the hips. Good. Now we just have one more movement in that same kind of position. So draw the right knee in, ankle onto the thigh, making sure you create that nice 90 degree. Good, now we're just gonna twist like we did before. So arms out at T. This arm comes onto this right leg or knee, or maybe onto the outer edge. Again, this arm that's behind you, this right hand, either comes onto the leg, maybe onto the back of the chair, or onto the outer edge of that chair side. So breathe when you get here. Good, slowly come back to T. Good, we're just gonna stay on the same side for 2 more rounds. So when you're ready, gently start to twist. Come into a place where you feel comfortable. Breathing deep, checking in. Keep trying to push and open this hip on this right side. Good, come back to center. Last time, so come into the twist where you feel comfortable. When you get there, pause. 3 deep breaths. Then come back to center. Good. Relax the arm, shrug it out. Remove the leg gently back down to the floor. Position yourself if you need to so the hips are still grounded, feet still grounded. Draw the left knee in, ankle onto that thigh. Good. Create that 90 degree. Beautiful. Arms out at T. Twisting now to the left side. Right arm comes onto the leg or to the outer edge. This back hand either finds the leg of the chair, the back of the chair, or to the side of the chair. So just allow yourself to come into that space. Breathe deep. Keep this opposite foot down. Try not to let the leg kind of twist, but keeping it upright. Breathe. Come back to center. Good. Twist again. Gently over to the left, finding that arm position that feels right for you. Relax the shoulders and the jaw. Breathe deep. Good. Come back to center. Last movement. When you're ready, come into that twist where you feel comfortable. Keep pushing this right leg towards the right so it keeps the leg up. Pushing the left knee down though to open that hip. Lengthening through the spine, softening the shoulders and the jaw. Breathe deep, 3 deep breaths. When you're done with the breath, gently come back to center. Release the arm, shrug it out, and gently release the leg. Making sure, again, the hips are down, the feet can come straight down onto the mat. All right, so now we're gonna kind of do chair horse, which is just opening the hips, and we're gonna do it a few times by walking the feet out and walking the feet back in. So when you're ready, use your core, keep lengthening. You can use the hands on the legs to help guide them by kind of pushing them in front or keeping them on the thighs. If you want a little more effort, you can just draw the arms out at T. So when you're ready, slowly start to heel toe the feet until you open the hips. You kind of come into this 10 and 2 kind of position with the feet where it feels comfortable. Good. You can use those hands to open up the thighs a little bit, Or arms out at T, using your core, actively opening those thighs yourself. Good. Then gently heel, toe. You're going to walk the feet back in line with the hips. Good. Use your core. Slowly start to heel, toe. Walk those feet wide. Then you're opening those hips. Again, you can keep the arms here or maybe down to open those hips. Good. Heel, toe. Slowly walk them back in. Good. One more time. Open, and you're going to come into stillness here. And whatever you choose, try to draw the arms out at T. Now this right arm, bend the elbow. Draw the forearm onto that leg. Reach up with the left arm, but keep opening up that left hip. Breathe deep. Inhale, come back to center. Arms and legs gently back where they are. Good. Left arm, bending that elbow, draw it onto the thigh. Reach the right arm up, but keep opening that right hip. Good. Gently come back to that T position. Once again, just going side to side, forearm onto the leg, reaching up with the opposite arm. Keep opening up the opposite hip. Breathe. Use your core. Come back out at T. Good. Coming over to the left. Forearm down, use your core, engage the thighs, drawing shoulder back. Good. Coming back up. One more time on both sides. Go at your own pace. Breathe deep. Good. The next time you come over to the right, don't rush, just come into stillness. Breathe deep. 3 to 5 deep breaths. At the end of that breath, coming back to center, get yourself set up for the left side. So when you're ready, left arm comes down, reaching up, engaging thighs, engaging core, breathing deep, drawing that right shoulder back. 3 to 5 deep breaths. And when you're ready, come back to T. Hands on legs or hips, and just slowly heel, toe, walk those legs back to center. Good. So we have one more last little movement. You're going to shift over to the right just a little bit. Good. As you do, you're going to get as close to that edge as you can. Your hip might be slightly half on, half off. Your left leg, you're going to start to walk, so hold on to the side of this chair. With your left hand, hold on to the front of the chair. Slowly begin to walk that leg until it kind of comes over to the side. Then you might notice you can start to shift just a little bit more, and you get more comfortable here when you do that. Good. Make sure that foot is parallel, so the toes are pointing towards the short edge as the leg in line with the knee. So start to take this right leg and begin to lengthen it back. So it's kind of coming to the side and stretching. Keep the foot down the best you can. As you notice, my toes pointing towards all of you. So now you're starting to get set up for Warrior Two. Move these hips, move the legs where you need to get more comfortable. Then draw the arms out at T. Gaze at that front hand, the one that's with that bent knee. Good, and then we're gonna dance the warrior. So when you're ready, bend this front arm to draw onto that thigh. Reach up with that back arm, but keep pushing into that leg. Good. Use your core. Come back into Warrior Two, which is arms out at T. Keep pushing into that back leg and the front foot. Draw this back arm down and onto the leg as you reach up with that top arm. Breathe deep. Good. Do this a few rounds. You're just dancing the warrior. Come back into warrior two, arms a T. Front arm coming on to that bent knee, reaching up with that back arm. Then come back into warrior two. Then reverse the warrior. Hand on that back leg, reaching up with that front top arm. Good. Do this a few times at your own pace. Breathing deep and checking in. Good. Next time you come into warrior two, pause. 3 deep breaths. Then come into that right angle, the thigh or arm on the thigh, reaching up with that top arm or back arm. Breathe deep, 3 deep breaths. Back into warrior two. 2 deep breaths this time. And then reverse the warrior. 3 deep breaths here. And back into warrior two, 2 deep breaths here. And hands on hips. You'll slowly start to draw this left leg kind of in and back and front. Then you'll slowly start to do the same thing with the left leg holding on to the chair. Adjust yourself to get comfortable. Good. Stay here at center for a second, noticing how you feel. Get the legs relaxed, the arms relaxed, the neck. And then we'll start to set up for warrior two on the other side. Hold on to the chair. Slowly begin to kind of rotate over to the left, kind of scooching that Bucci over a little. Yes, I said that. Now slowly, holding on to the chair on the right side, begin to heel toe the foot over. Then hold on to the front of the chair. Then the leg is going to be able to come over, and you might start to kind of push onto the chair and kind of slide yourself over a little bit so that that leg is more comfortable in this position. Then this left leg can start to kind of lengthen to the side and back. Again, pushing and lengthening, but having the toes point towards. As you notice, I'm pointing towards all of you. So adjust, get on the chair how you need to. Hand here to start, kind of adjusting, getting comfortable. And when you're there, arms out at T. Gaze towards that front knee or that knee that's bent, that hand. Good. Now we will dance the warrior just like we did on the other side, but this side might feel different. Most importantly, you just engage the core and keep pushing into this leg because the feet will want to kind of buckle in, or that knee wants to buckle in, that foot wants to kind of not be where it is, but keep pushing and grounding down. Keep pushing into this front foot as well. All right, bend the elbow, draw it onto that front leg or that bent knee, reach that back arm up. Breathe deep. Come back into warrior two, using your core, arms out at T, keep pushing into both feet. Reverse the warrior, hand onto leg as you reach that top arm up. Good, breathing deep back into your warrior two. Good, now you dance the warrior on the other side, so just begin to explore how it feels on this side. Breathe deep and let the breath move the body. Good. When you come back into warrior two, pause. 3 deep breaths here. Good. Then when you're ready, draw that forearm onto the bent knee, on that bent thigh, and reach that back arm up. Breathe deep, 3 deep breaths. Then come back into warrior two, 2 deep breaths. Then reverse the warrior, that back arm on the back leg, reaching up with that front arm. 3 deep breaths. Then back into warrior two, 2 deep breaths. Then hands on hips. Good, slowly, maybe hands on the chair. Waft this back leg forward. Do the same as you slowly draw the hips and the body back into this comfortable position. Okay, once you get here, we're at the end of practice. We're just gonna do a little forward folding once again. So reach the arms back up and overhead. Soften and relax as you get here. Then start to reach the arms to frame the ears, pulling that chest up and off of those thighs. Come into a little bit of an angle, and then come all the way up as arms come around and into prayer. Good. Reach the arms back up and overhead, soften shoulders, fold into those legs. Good. Push the chest off of the thighs, arms to frame those ears, a little bit of an angle, and then come all the way up as arms come around and into prayer. Good, one more. Reach the arms up and overhead and fold into those legs. Soften and relax as you get here. Come up to this flat back, angle movement where the chest peels off the thighs, the arms frame. Then come all the way up as arms come down. Good. Now get ready for Shavasana. So get comfortable. You can lean back. You can let the legs just kind of hang. They don't have to be flat on the floor. They can just have the feet up. Maybe you want the legs a little bit wider. Maybe you want to even cross the legs as you're sitting here in the chair. But just get comfortable. You're going to be here for a few minutes, so really relax. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Slowly start to awaken, moving fingers and toes. Draw the hands into prayer when you're ready and come back to your intention. And to know that intention is always with you. You can come back to it when you need. You can pass it along to someone else. Or just put it to the side and use it when you need it. It's there for you. And as always, I thank you for being a part of the practice, letting me guide you, but really giving yourself this time. It's not easy, especially at home or at the office. I hope you've enjoyed. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Shanti Shanti.